What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about why it is so crucial for you to have belief in yourself outside of putting that in other people. So let's go ahead and get into it. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Like I said, in this video, we're going to be talking about why it's so crucial to have your own self-belief and not have to depend on other people. If you guys don't already, follow me on my socials. They'll be right there. They'll also be in the comments below. So go ahead and check that out and give me a follow. That way you can stay connected. I find it so funny that a lot of people try to put their confidence in other people and what they think about what they got going on, that they start to lose confidence in what they're already doing. Like, you know, whenever you start talking to people about your dreams and about your goals and the things that you want to accomplish, and then they're like, yeah, I don't know if you can really do that. I don't know if you're like in a space where you can actually be able to accomplish those things. And now you start having those your own doubts from those people. I think that most of the time, a lot of people do that because they don't want to see you win, or they don't see the vision that you have. Like, if people were to see the vision that you actually have and the things that you want to accomplish, then they would be able to stay by your side and help you actually uplift you instead of telling you that you can't do something. Most of the times, whenever you're talking to people, you really want to be around like-minded people, or you want someone that's going to encourage you in what you really want to learn in or what you want to grow in. But when you find people that are going to start doubting you, then you start learning that the circle of friends or the circle of family that you're with is not always going to be there to support everything that you have going on. And so if you don't have your own self-belief of what you can actually accomplish, you're going to let people kind of sway you around just to see, okay, well, what can I do to like kind of knock her off her feet? Because I can't let her or I can't let him be better than me. I'm supposed to be better than everyone that I'm around. I'm supposed to be the best. I'm supposed to be the top dog, whatever that really looks like. And most of the time, a lot of people don't want to see other people win. So if you don't have your own belief and confidence in what you really want to accomplish, then you're going to let people sway you around. One thing that I realized whenever I was younger, a lot of people would tell me like, oh, you're so young, you won't be able to see those things until you're 30, you won't be able to see those things until you retire, whatever that really looks like. And for me, I was like, no, like, this is something I want to have done before 25, something I want to have done before 30. Like, I have that much belief in myself that whenever I start working on something, that I will go after it and I will get it. And that's the type of confidence you have to walk around with, because if you let people be like, you know, yeah, man, you know, it's going to take you a while, so I don't know if you're going to be able to get it as quick as you want to get it, you're going to start believing those people, especially if you give them such a high influence and such a power over your ability of thinking, then you're going to start believing what they're telling you. But the reason that you have a vision is because you don't see what they see. God gave you a vision that only you could see. It's like if you have glasses and whenever someone else wears your glasses, they're like, look, I don't know how you wear those. It's because they're meant for you. They're meant for you to see. That's the vision that you have. Anytime you want to start going to other people and start spreading your dreams and start spreading like the things that you actually want to do, don't let them shut you down, because they're going to stop your vision of what you really see and what you really want to accomplish. Instead, I would recommend you learning how to believe in the dreams that you want to accomplish. I think that sometimes people say things so that they can start believing it themselves over time. That way you can start being like, yeah, I believe that I can do this. I know I can do this. But they don't fully believe it in their minds. They're kind of like trying to treat themselves as if they really believe it, or like train themselves to believe it, but they don't yet. But when you come to that term when you're like, yeah, like I actually believe by the time I reach this goal, or by the time I reach this, you know, time limit, I'm going to be where I want to be at, then you're going to be able to start actually believing in yourself to start accommodating the lifestyle and the people that you actually want to be around. Because the more that you're around people that are going to drain your energy, the more people that are going to end up taking and stealing away the dreams that you even have. What you got to start doing is stop putting limitations on yourself. Most of the time, people, they put certain expectations on them, they put certain limitations on them to where they never see their full potential, because they're so used to going after small goals, or they don't know what it's like to really think big. They don't know what it's like to journal bigger thoughts. Most of the time, people go for the short term or the very like minimal goals just so that they feel like they can accomplish something, which to a degree, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're going after something bigger and then you start doing the shorter goals, then that's even better, because now you're actually working towards something, not just doing small things. So the more that you can actually expand your mind and be able to do bigger and expect bigger for yourself, then the better of a situation you can actually be in. Because if you were to think about it, if you limit yourself, you're going to live up to everyone else's expectations. Other people already don't expect you to do much. You can tell them everything that you want to do, but they're going to see how you live, and they're going to see the things, how hard you work. They're going to see how hard that you actually go after what you were talking about. But if you were to create these small goals and you don't really do much, then they're like, yeah, see, I knew he couldn't do it. I knew that she would still be in that position in a year. Oh man, I remember when they were talking about doing these big things, but here they are. They're just sitting on the couch. They said they want to be great, but here they are acting like they don't want to be. They don't really want it that bad, I guess. Yeah, I guess I was right. Like whenever I was talking to people and I was telling them like, yeah, Elijah really wants to be great, but like, I don't know if he really wants it that bad. Like he doesn't really do that much. Like I wasn't saying nothing out of pocket. You know, he's living up to that lifestyle. But the more that you actually grind and the more that you go after it, the more that people are actually going to look at you and be like, yeah, I was wrong about you. And I see that you actually want it and you actually accomplished everything that you want to do. Those people that were in the crowd throwing tomatoes and I was hating on you might be the same people that's going to now be throwing flowers and telling you congratulations. Some people, they don't want to say it because it's a pride thing. They don't want to say like, hey, you know, you actually did it. I'm proud of you. Hey, I know that you've been working hard for this moment. I'm proud of you. Because they're not even in a position to where they wanted to be in, especially when they see you doing better. Again, that ties to my first point. You have to be careful of who you're talking to, because the more people you talk to about your dream, the more people you might attract to start hating on you, to start pulling you down. So you can only tell your vision to certain people. That's not a vision that's meant for everybody. Sometimes you just got to work in silence and you got to go after it and get it. And so the more that you want to sit here and be talking about, oh, like I want to do this, I want to do these things, I want to do these things, but you tell that to everybody, everybody's not going to agree with you and not everybody's going to support you. So you got to be careful with who you tell. Last thing I'm going to say is watch how you talk to yourself. Because a lot of people, what they end up doing is that when they don't feel like they're doing enough, when they don't feel like they're being great enough, when they feel like they're not in the position that they really wanted to be in, they start doubting themselves. So you start talking down on yourself and you start losing your own confidence when you were the same person that was like, yeah, when I get here, I'm gonna do great things. When I get here, I'm gonna be great. When I get here, I'm gonna be in a better position. But when you don't feel like you're doing enough, when you feel like you're not excelling enough, you're your own hater and your worst critic. So you gotta watch how you talk to yourself, because most of the time, you're in your head all the time. You're thinking all the time. It's rather about you, it's about somebody else, it's about where you wanna be at, it's about what happened that day, whatever that looks like. And if you're in a position where you're like, man, I'm not where I wanna be at. I kinda hate where I'm at right now. I wish I was farther. I wish I was doing more. I wish I was, you know, with these certain connection of people. You're gonna start self-sabotaging yourself. You're gonna start putting your own headspace in that hater group, in that hater mentality. You're gonna be like everybody else is already telling you, yeah, you can't do it. You're already gonna start doubting yourself. So what you gotta refrain from doing is all that self-hate. Tell yourself, okay, look, you know, it's been a bad week, it's been a bad day, it's been an interesting day, but we gotta get up, we gotta keep moving. Because the more that I sit here, the more idle I'm gonna become to where I'm supposed to be at. When my goal is supposed to be right here, now I became idle because I started talking to myself. Now my goals are out here. And so now you're not even in that frame. You see how much time you had wasted? See how much time that you could have been working on yourself, how much time you could have been grinding if you had just talked to yourself better. And a lot of people, they don't always have that type of mentality. A lot of people don't really have that type of motivation. They don't have those people to teach them those things. So that's why I'm here to tell you, you need to start working on your self-talk, because the more that you work on how you talk to yourself, it's going to really take you farther, or it's going to draw you back a lot more than where you're supposed to be at. Whenever it comes to people wanting to have confidence in themselves and having the belief in themselves of what they can do, it really comes down to you and how much you want to do it. No one else is going to go out there and get it for you. You can talk to people, you can connect with people, but if you're going to be in a position where you're still doing all these good things and then you're still staying idle to what you're supposed to be doing, then it still falls back on you at the end of the day. So, like I said, it's just a quick little video, and that's really all I got for y'all. So, keep those things in mind as you go throughout the week, as you go throughout life, because eventually those times will come up, talking to certain people, dealing with your own mentality, and really just understanding you. So, that's all I got for y'all. That's gonna wrap it up. I'm gone.